Welcome to HCN, Heroes Cable Network. This is your host, DAKYE HEMAA-JOBA. And we are bringing you a program entitled, How is Your Marriage? Yes, marriage. How is your marriage? Marriage is very vital. Marriage is important. Marriage is the basic foundation of every family. And then also, whether we like it or not, it's our children's future solely depends on how well, we make our marriage work. So how is your marriage? It's about time as a community, we take time and talk about it. And then see how best we can solve some issues in our marriages. Today's program, are we still couple or roommate? Have you thought about that? I'm wondering how many marriages have fallen to that state. We used to be so much in love with each other, and we couldn't do a day without talking to our spouses. Now we are home living under the same roof, but sometimes 3 days, 4 days, you have not spoken a word to your partner, and you call this marriage? It's about time we face the truth. See, it's only those who admit they are sick. They are the ones that take a step and look for cure. So as long as we remain in denial that just because we went out there and signed a paper called marriage certificate, and then there was a wedding planned, and there were people invited, and we gathered and celebrate, and so many people were there at our wedding, means we are still couples, or we are married, or we are enjoying our marriages. There is so much going on. I don't know if it's our culture, if it's our background. We are so timid and afraid to speak out what is bothering us, even though it's eating us up in there. And so many women are on medications. It's not because of a genetic issue or anything, but it's because of how bad marriage is treating us. How is your marriage? Before I go on, I want to encourage all women, especially. It is time to speak up, honey. I've not seen in anywhere, we are so fond of saying, it's sin, it's a sin, it's sin. If you do this, if you do that, if something is wrong in your marriage, and even you talk to somebody about it, remember back home when we got married, our parents would tell you, don't tell anything or nobody about your business. Don't let anybody know what is going on. It doesn't solve issues. So some people are dying. And those words are cemented in our brains and our hearts. We don't even know how to start. We don't even know who we can confide in. We don't even know who can have time to listen to us. And can we trust that individual? Before you know, your business will be out there. That is why, because HCN, we are interested in our culture. And so the developmental aspect of our children and our home and as a family, we have expertise here. So if you have any issue whatsoever in regards to your marriage, I want to tell you that you can confide in us. Some of us are so ready to speak up, but we are afraid where, we hear our stuff, what we call, where are they going to wash our dirty clothes? Who are they going to tell little? Hey, do you know, so-and-so is going through that. That is why some of us have kept quiet for so long. How is your marriage? This is HCN, DAKYE HEMAA-JOBA. It's your host. I really want to ask this question. It's a broad topic, but just think about it. How is your marriage? Are you two still a couple, or you are roommates? Somebody might ask, what are the signs and symptoms that we are no longer a couple, but we are roommates? Do you still feel affectionate towards each other? Do you still care deeply about your partner? Is it just not we got to remain together because we are living in a foreign land and then we have to pay bills? So you can't survive on your own. So you need somebody to be here with you. So that's why we are here together. When was the last time we sat down and talked about our deepest emotion as couple? When was the last time? You don't remember. You can't recall, right? Because we are no longer couple. The truth is we are roommates. And then we just carry those huge titles. She's married, he's married. Listen, it's about time. This is just my perspective. That we face the truth. And I know and believe, by God's grace, a little training that I've received here, that is the only way we start healing. As long as we keep on covering up, you know, something is wrong. You are so afraid to confront how now and then. When we're growing up, our background, the culture, our background and our culture, how dare you tell your husband this and that is wrong? You remember? So now we are living in a foreign land, and we as wives cannot speak up. Sometimes it's the opposite. The husbands are dying inside and out because maybe the wife, you know, is the breadwinner. So whatever the pain and suffering the husband is going through, he has no right to voice it out. Because, you know, what if by saying so, what if I lose my wife? What if I lose my husband? And we are dying slowly. Have you thought about if you are not there as a parent, whether you were dad or mom, how would your children survive? So why have we allowed this? There's so many crises in our marriages killing us softly. And we are so ignorant of how these poisonous, toxic relationships, how bad it's affecting our children. Think about it. Are your kids happy? They are not. Are they able to tell you their secret pain, anxiety, and worry? They are not. Because there is no that cordial relationship. See how bad marriages affect the children. The toll it has on the children is worse than the ones it has on the couples themselves. This is HCN, Heroes Cable Network. DAKYE HEMAA is your host. How is your marriage? Please don't go anywhere. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be right back. Thank you for watching. You are watching HCN, Heroes Cable Network. And this program is How is Your Marriage? How is your marriage? How are we keeping up with each other in our homes? And before we went on commercial break, I was talking about how bad marriages are affecting the children as a whole. And I want to emphasize also that it's not just the women that are going through crisis. Some men are also going through crisis, just like the women. It's a vice versa. So if you take a minute or a pause, I want to ask, how did we get here? The once passionate and compassionate love that we had for each other, how did we lose track on that? How did we get here? So falling from once strong passion and emotional closeness right now has gradually morphed into silence routines, and then polite differences. We no longer feel love. As much as the woman doesn't feel loved, the man also doesn't feel loved or appreciated in any way. So that is why there is no peace at home. And one thing about marriage is, before this can be fixed, we have to be at the same level, the man and the woman. We all have to be in a position where we want this to work. So when we are at the same position, then we are ready to work at it. Because I can also say that marriage is not an event. It's a journey. And if you are taking a journey, you have to routinely work at it. And I don't really know what is affecting your marriage or what is affecting his individual's. But from my personal experiences, I think we take so much for granted at home. We know our schedules is not, benefiting us. In a sense that he's gone, she's home, she's gone, he's home. So we don't even have the time to spend quality time together. And that is how you build on relationship. We don't do that. It's all about work, here, there. So then we lose track. And then if by God's grace, he blesses us with children, and we don't take care, all our attention and our focus are on the children. And then we leave each other just like that. And it's like, you take care of you, let me take care of me. Before we know, we are no longer a couple, but we are roommates. That is the sad aspect of it. How is your marriage? This is HCN. If you just join us, this is Heroes Cable Network. And thank you for tuning in. I'm going to take this opportunity to say that if you are interested in being a host here, you can call this number, as well as if you want to contribute, if you want to be a guest on my show. How is your marriage? You want to be a guest? Oh, you can do so. I will just ask you to write this number down and call us, and we will make an arrangement and then take it from there. So if you want to be a host, or you want to join me, be a guest, or help me with this program, which is How is Your Marriage? It's a broad topic, right? Today I'm just focusing on the signs that indicate that we are falling from grace. We are no longer a couple, but we are roommates. It's a sad thing, but that's the reality now. Most of us are facing. So please, HCN, and the numbers are 469-875-1532. If you want to be a host here or a guest, please call us on this number, 469-875-1532. And then we will take it from there. If you have any need or you need help with your marriage, by God's grace, we have the resource people here, persons. So you can also call that number, and we'll see how best we can help each other and build a better home and a happy marriages for the well-being of the couple, and then also, most importantly, the children. What are the signs that will prompt us to know that we are no longer a couple, but we are roommates? Is it all about the bills? Is that where we are now? Because somebody got to pay the bills, so let us just remain together. Do you Do you have affectionate towards each other? Is that thing still there? That magical thing that you remember when you were dating? You couldn't live a day with it. You remember, you know what I'm talking about? Is it still there? See, that thing, you cannot sustain that magic, what we call love and affectionate, just by being there. You got to work at it. I have to play my role as the woman, and my guy has to play his role as the man. Some men are also dying inside out. They don't know who they can talk to. You are the guy, you are the husband. Who are you going to confide in? That this and that is going on in my home and I need help. So how do we solve this issue? We need to talk to somebody. The healing starts to take place when we speak up, we open up. That is why HCN is bringing you this program. There are men and women of God that support us, that by God's grace know the word of God and know how it should work and are able to counsel us. If you have any need whatsoever, we don't want you to die alone. We don't want you to continue suffering in that home just for the sake of that title of she's married, he's married. No, it's no longer worth it. We want you to live and survive. If you don't take care, this cancer in your marriage will kill you sooner or later. Depression, anxiety, worry. How many of us are, some of us are even on antidepressant medications. And we refuse to face the truth that it's because things are not well in our marriages, in our home. That's why we feel the way we feel. That's why we are so stressed out. And the unfortunate aspect of it is we dump all this frustration and the screaming and yelling. We dump it on our innocent children. It's no fault of theirs. How is your marriage? Is the program this afternoon. DAKYE HEMAA is seated right here. Again, the number 2 sign that will let you know, apart from the focus is all on the bills and how we survive. The number 2 signs that will also let you know, how often do you express love to each other? Remember the last time somebody told you I love you, or you told your spouses, or you heard that word I love you? It's no longer there. Because you can't fake love. Well, you can pretend, but you can't fake it. And you can't do it for a long time. When was the last time we expressed love to each other? It's been a while, right? Because we no longer, you don't feel love, I don't feel love. We no longer love each other. We are here just for maybe the children's sake, or so that because individual cannot afford the bills by him or herself. That's the only purpose why we are together. We are roommates. We're no longer couple. When was the last time you complimented your spouses? When was the last time you had a word of compliment? You can't put a date on it because it's way overdue. It doesn't exist. It's sad, but it's true. How is your marriage? That's the program we're bringing you this afternoon from HCN Studios. You want to be a guest on my show? Please call us 469-875-1532. You want to contribute, whichever way you think you can help. You are welcome to do so. At this time, we're going to take our second commercial break and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. You are watching HCN. Here we are all about promoting our culture, our tradition, education, and also development in our community. This is DAKYE HEMAA, and we are bringing you, the program is entitled, How is Your Marriage? And today I'm focusing this broad topic, the part of it as to if you assess your home and you assess your marriage right now, you and your spouses or your partner, Can you say you are a couple right now, or you are just roommates? We no longer feel affectionate towards each other. The husband doesn't feel loved as well as the wife. These are the signs that we are drifting away from being the real couple and are gradually becoming roommates. That is not the intent we had when we got married. We're supposed to stay as couple till death do us part. But if we don't take care, living in abroad, you see, with some of us spend so much time at work. And if you don't take care, you are so comfortable and happy at work than you are at home. It's another sign that you are no longer couple, but you are roommate. You are in a hurry to go to work, to leave your home, because there is nothing going on there. It's a sign that you are no longer couple, but you are roommate. You rather talk to that colleague friend of yours, and we spend so much time talking together and mingling together that you rather want to be at work. Sometimes we are off, and instead of spending that quality time at home with our spouses or our partners, we choose to go to work. So we rather take extra hours, not because we really need it, but because we just want to be away from home. It's a sign that we are no longer spouses, but we are roommates. Communication. It's a topic on its own. But when was the last time that the two of you sat down and talked heart to heart? You can't recall. You don't remember. It hasn't happened for a long time. It's another major sign that we are roommates. We're no longer couple. Every human being desires or yearns to be loved, because that is how we were made. Remember, go back to the originator or the founder of marriage. Somewhere in Genesis 18, you know the story. We're not going to go back there. So we were made for each other. So if a time has come in our home and in our marriages that we don't want to be with each other, we don't want to spend time with each other, there is nothing we have or share in common, we are no longer a couple. We just got to face it. We are roommates. It's sad, but it's the truth. Is there a way out? Definitely. Can we fix this? Most definitely. But you see, it's two people that are on a journey. So we all have to be at the same pace. Are the two of us ready to work at this? Then there is hope. Are we ready to also put in the time, energy, and the effort, the commitment that we need to? Again, then there is hope. But are we at the same level? Or the other part, whether it's the wife or the husband, is drifting away so much so that the situation seems hopeless. There is no hopeless situation as long as I know, because of the word of God. With Him, all things are possible. That is just who I am. That is my belief. But if you believe, it is possible. It's doable. We can fix this. It starts, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step, right? It starts of you and I recognizing that something is wrong here, and stop, keep on pretending. And then when we go out in our community, the other people, our neighbors and our friends in the community, we try to portray a picture that doesn't exist in our home out there, that everything is fine. But as soon as we sit in that car and coming back home, nobody speaks a word to the other. Communication is zero. It's out. You are no longer a couple. You are not. How is your marriage? This is HCN. And if you just join us, thank you. I would entreat you to please, we are on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. This is not the only program. We have so many of them. We have educators. We have it all. So that if you have already subscribed, you are the first person that it will prompt you as soon as we hit the airwaves. So please, do us that favor. Subscribe to our channel, HCN YouTube, HCN Facebook, Instagram, and then you'll be, you will know. You get a notification as soon as we are on air. How is your marriage? Is the program I'm about to. My time is almost, up. You wish you have an hour or so, but there is time for everything. So I will take this opportunity to also and treat you that if you are interested being a guest here, that you can sit down here and we can share ideas and then talk it out, and by so doing educate others out there that if you are willing, there is a way out. We can heal our marriages and make a better home and happy home once again for our good and also for our children. There is a way out. We have all the resource persons here at HCN, Heroes Cable Network. DAKYE HEMAA-JOBA. To end, I just want to encourage you as a married person that there is no shame in asking for help. That I need help in my marriage. There is no shame in it. There is no shame in it. Just come to a realization that there is something wrong and be ready to fix it if we get you the help you will need. And then if the counselors are asking you to talk to each other and you are still refusing and resisting, you're still going to remain roommates, but not get to that point as couple where you first got married, where you were, and how you loved to be with each other and share secrets and thoughts with each other. You can come back to that point if only you believe and also you are ready to put some work in it. It's hard work. It's not on a silver platter. So I want to end by saying that there is hope as long as you believe and as long as you are ready to do this. Thank you once again. Thank you sincerely for watching, taking the time to watch HCN and How is Your Marriage? It has been your one and only, DAKYE HEMAA. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We will be back another time, someday, somehow. Yeah, pay attention. You will see the commercial on the social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, when we'll have this program again. And of course, all other programs that goes on takes place here at the HCN studio. One and only thing we do here is to promote our culture, our tradition, education, and also to develop our community as a whole. We need your help in doing so. Thank you. Thank you for listening. DAKYE HEMAA. I say bye-bye. Thank you. See you next time.